So here we are with episode 2, and I'm going to cover some shelter this time. Definitely going to want some wood for shelter. Now, a very, very basic shelter is just enough to live in. You basically need 4 walls and a door. You're not supposed to be attacking me in the sunlight, you jackass. Gonna bleep that. So anyway, basic shelter. As I pop this tree down, let's see. Basic shelter is just 4 walls, a roof, and a door, with enough room for you, maybe a bed, a chest, a crafting table, and your furnace. You know, basic work area and living area, which you'll probably want to expand as you go. Of course, placing blocks is done with the right click. You can just pop them down, you can pick them back up if you break them. Some items you cannot do that with, like ender chests and enchanting tables, but we'll cover that much later. Glass as well. Again, to be covered later. So let's see, we got this here. So let's build out a wall. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. You can use the whole logs like this, but I've only got 17 of them, and you will probably only have, a few of them, so you can make them into oak wood planks. Let's see. Let's have space for a chest on this side. And another space over here, I think. So, let's see. Want enough space for... Oh yeah, that's almost too much. So, yes. You don't really have to do the corners, it just looks better from the outside. Like I said, I'm not doing this pretty, this is just going to be your basic shelter. You can climb up on top here. It's always more comfortable to go 3 high than it is to go 2 high, because 2 high always feels like you're going to hit your head on the ceiling. At least to me anyway, but some people do like it cozier with the 2 high and then a ceiling, but so you can taper off the roof. That is the sound of a dark lit area somewhere nearby, probably that hole I made earlier. And you can taper off the roof to save materials. If you really wanted to save materials, you could have made these oak wood planks into oak wood slabs, which are half the height, and you get more for your materials, so I'm going to need to go grab some more. So, I'm going to go do that now. As it rains on my parade. Oh, an apple drop. Ooh, 2 apples dropped. Nice. You can beat down a tree with pretty much anything, but you're probably going to want to make an axe to make it faster at some point in time. You can make all your tools out of wood, but it's kind of, yeah. Not much of an upgrade, not generally enough of an upgrade to even bother with in most cases. Just pop down a tree or 2. You have a nice oak house, little oak shack to live in for now. As you go, you can pretty it up. And once you have your shelter done, you're going to want a food supply, which can be a pain in the buttocks. Trouble in the rear. Anyway, I'm going to plop down a sapling here so I can have some trees to grow later. An interesting thing about oak saplings is that you can plant them like so, and they will grow in a natural wall. Is that actually useful? Well, if you want to grow a wall, it is useful. If you want to have a farm for trees within a limited space, it's even more useful. And once you have it, you're going to want to make it so mobs can't spawn in here, so you're going to put torches up. You don't have to go crazy, but the more light you have, the better off you are. Put torches on top so they're not spawning up top either. Let's see, there you go. And that's all lit up. Which is quite nice. Now you're going to want to make a door. To make a door, you just do like so. 6 in a row, top to bottom with an empty space on one side. Either side, it doesn't really matter. Now, placement of a door is interesting. You can do it like that, and it'll be on the outside, or you can place it one in by putting it on from this direction. And until when you close it, you just right-click. And there, now you have a little shelter. Which is quite nice to have. Alright. Now, you're going to want to make some storage space. Remember how you made the oven? Do the same with wood, and you make a chest. Now you can take another one, and you can make another chest. And if you put it next to another basic chest, you'll have a double chest, a large chest. Now, you can't place 2 of these next to each other unless you have maybe a trap chest, but that's something for a later date. You can see the floor is grass. You can take that up and replace it with wood if you like. You also might want to put some windows in at some point in time. So, the next thing I'm going to teach you how to do is make some glass. We're going to make some glass windows. To make some glass, you just harvest some sand. How do you harvest sand? Punch it. Or use a shovel. But since we're low on resources at the moment, this is the easy way to do it. Now, let's see. A number divisible by 6 is good, and I'll show you why in a moment. As you come back in, open the door, and you place this in here, and of course, you're going to need some heat source, something to burn. And keep it burning. Might as well just throw them all in there. At the moment, it doesn't really matter. And things that are nice to have are arrows, bones, because you can make bones into bone meal, which I will show you shortly. Apples are quite nice to have. A pick as well. You can organize things on your hotbar however you like. I kind of like having my torches over here. I really like having my picks over here, my sword here. Picks there so I can switch between pick and torch real quick. Up and down, you know. And apples for food. Just hold right click to eat, and then your HP will start to recover. Rotten flesh is not so much important. At least not in standard vanilla Minecraft. And now I have 2 pieces of glass. So I can see out. You can also turn these into glass panes, which save you a lot on glass. But it's almost starting to look like a house now, and I don't know where the sun is in the sky. But here's your next thing you're going to want to make. Now, the shelter situation is sorted out. You're going to want a bed soon enough, but not really that big a deal at the moment. You want to take 2 sticks like this, and 2 blocks like that, and make a wooden hoe. Now, farmland needs water nearby. And by nearby, I mean on the same level as it. So this, unless you flattened it out, would be no good for farmland. Well, let's come over to this side and see what we have here. This'll do. Now, a water block like this will saturate up to 4 blocks out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, if you had the space. So you want to dig the hoe and right-click at the ground. Create yourself some farmland. As you can see it turns darker as the water seeps into it. And just right-click the ground with your farmland with your seeds. And wow, that measured out perfectly. That was not intentional. Just fun. Just good. Anyway. Of course, lighting up the area is also a good idea. For a couple of reasons. The more well lit, the higher the light level here, the faster your wheat will grow. Paranoid looking around. Ah, and the rainstorm's over. As night begins to fall. Well, as night is falling, there is not much to do, so I am going to probably put a cut here and wait till morning. Or... yeah, probably a good idea. And now the sun is slowly starting to make its way up. And yes, I pretty much just stood in my house and AFK'd until daylight. And let's see, there's an Enderman. They attack by teleporting and they are very quick. However, they're also very tall, so it's probably on my roof. Nope, at the corner of the house. Zombies can't really get into the doors if you have them closed, but if they're wide open like these. Hi. In the daytime, they will just kind of... ah, jeez. They will usually kind of wander away, even if you attack them. If they are attacking you and you're getting your rear handed to you, you can hop in the water and they can't actually go in the water. Yeah, in the daylight, they'll teleport away. So, that is, of course, shelter and some foods. As you can see, the foods is growing very slowly. Trees are also growing. I'm going to raid the village for some food. That does not look promising. Hopefully some of that wheat has grown over there since last we checked. It's been a day or two. I haven't seen too many animals besides the sheep and the cows, or the horses over there. Let's see, the sad little village here still has villagers in it. Looks like there's a little bit of wheat that can be harvested. Ooh, a whole row of it. And you replant the seeds just like that. In the next update, I believe villagers will do this and feed themselves, so that's a bit troubling. If you want to raid a village for its noms, you're going to have to be faster than the villagers. So, now get some wheat. Head back to the homestead. Like I said before, you can use bone meal to grow wheat faster, but yeah, probably would take 3 bone meal to grow a single wheat plant to adulthood, so maybe not the best idea. So now I'm going to start to cover mining a little bit, because got some food, got a couple of picks ready, and, well, need starting resources. Put that away, put that away. And wheat. You're going to want to take 3 wheat right across the board there, and you're going to want to make bread. That gives me 4 loaves of bread. Bread's actually fairly good for you in terms of saturation and whatnot. It can just be a little bit hard to come by. So, anyway, mining. Where to put a mine? Where to put a mine? I think I'm going to put a mine right here. Now, there's a couple ways you can mine down to gather resources. One way is to go, say, in a 4x4 area, and just go making natural steps as you go. Another way to go is straight down, which Not totally recommended for a couple of reasons, mostly because of the danger of falling into a cave and dying, or falling into lava if you don't hear it and dying. But I'm thinking there is another way, which not only looks quite pretty, but also gives you a chance at gathering more resources as you head down. And that is just straight steps. Now for mining, of course, you're going to want to learn the lovely F3 key. As you can see, you have Minecraft, one version, your frames per second, your chunk updates. I don't know what those are. I'm using Optifine for graphical enhancements, which, I'm sure somebody else has covered in depth already. Your x-coordinate shows where you are in terms of, I'm gonna guess, let's see, which direction am I facing? I'm facing north. So east and west, and then north and south for your z-coordinate. Your y-coordinate is your height. And for all the really good stuff, you're going to want to tunnel down until you get to about layer 12. Oh, well. So you can see my step down gambit paid off. It also looks kind of pretty, doing steps down. Because we have found iron. You're going to need a stone pickaxe to mine this, because a wooden pickaxe, well, it can mine it, will just break the block and you won't get anything. So you mine iron, you'll get iron ore. This lovely stuff here is gravel, which falls, which is why you don't dig straight up. As well as straight down. Ooh, got a little bit of flint. I'm going to turn off F3 real quick, because I'm kind of derpy leaving it on. And I might as well just fill that in and put the step back. That's 6 pieces of iron. That is a good start. Oop. Yeah, you're just going to want to kind of make your steps down as you go down because, well, A, it looks pretty, B, it gives you a nice wide swath to cut. Really, email? I should not be getting that email. Don't mind me. Gives you a nice wide swath to cut as you head down into the depths of the Minecraft world. I'm using this slow wooden pick. And you're probably going to want to put torches up every so often. Let's see. Here's a good spot to start. You don't have to go on either side, you can just do one side at a time, but I like it pretty. I'm weird like that. And the resources, of course, you're hoping to hit as you head down are coal and iron. Coal to fill your furnaces, iron to make iron tools, and well, other assorted iron goodies like shears, buckets, possibly armor, hoppers, yeah, all sorts of stuff that we'll talk about later. And that is a broken pick, so I'm going to move this one over so I can use that. Yeah, you're just going to kind of want to make steps down as you go, and that's gravel, which is going to be a pain in my butt. Gravel is a block that's actually affected by gravity, so if you mine out from under it, it will fall, as you will see in about now. Making it a severe pain in the butt. Of course, you can just exploit a little glitch there and put a torch down under it and break the blocks as they fall. You can also do that with ladder, railway, which again, more stuff for later. Is the railway. And this also gathers some nice cobblestone resources. This stuff. I don't like gravel. Not too many people like gravel, actually. It is pretty much the bane of the Minecraft world. Put up some torches here. You can break it quicker with a shovel, but yeah. I could have made a cobblestone shovel, but they're not so great either. I'm going to shovel, you're probably going to want to go iron or better. Depending on what you're doing, let's see. It would have been here, and that would have been here, and this would be here. Looks legit. So as we continue to head down, still not seeing any coal. I'm just going to go at this point until the pick breaks. And hopefully we shall bang out some coal here. I really hope so, at least. Now see, iron and coal tend to appear anywhere between here and bedrock, which is at around the 5th layer down. Just going to want to keep mining down. So not only is this way safe, it gives you a nice broad view, a nice cross-section of the area. A couple more torches because it was getting dark. Like that. Coal is also for torches, which we're going to need a lot of. This, of course, is going to be the unlucky episode where I do not strike coal. And let's see, I'll probably be pausing soon as this pick breaks, and carrying on as I make a new pick off camera, because you guys get the idea by now, and you want to take this all the way down to layer 12. Or, of course, you can do one of the other mining methods if that suits you. The spiral staircase is nice, but you don't get to see potentially as many resources as you would this way. And I haven't done it this way in a long time, so I figure, why not? I usually go straight down like a, well, crazy person. That's the best way to explain that. And mine. And continue on. And you can just hop back up and make some stuff with your new cobblestone gubbins. And that shall be the end of this video. I shall continue mining that out off screen with, of course, cobblestone picks, if I could talk. So I shall see you in the next episode. And here we have found coal. Not too long since I ended the last recording. Now, coal, as you mine, gives you a block of coal and a little bit of experience. Experience, what that does, we'll get into later. But for now, yay, coal, iron too. Wonderful. This spot turned out to be a great spot. Early on, you're going to want a lot of coal. You're going to need a lot of coal. 16 coal makes a stack of torches, and coal cooks things in the furnaces. Like iron ore, which I'm picking up now. Oh, more coal, yay. Ah, that is nice to find. And hopefully you've made lots of cobblestone picks, because they're going to break pretty quickly. And they mine nice and slow. This is a lot of coal. This makes me very happy. I am going to want to patch this hole. If you make any big holes like this, you're either going to want to put a torch in them and cover them superficially, or just fill them in with cobble, which can be nice. I shall be covering some materials and creation of tools later in this video. But for now, we're witnessing the mining of resources, which is very, very handy. hole so easily with some cobblestone. Worried about wasting cobblestone? Don't, you'll have a lot of it. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to, it could be an infinite resource, which I shall show you later in a more intermediate tutorial, I believe. Or advanced, if I want to get fancy. And that should frighten you very much. Alrighty, I'm going to cut there, and when I come back I will have this mine dug out.